Vitality is our ability to have spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical bliss. Some call it paradise. We call it a game.
Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what we're talking about today is Black women just don't want Black men to use them. And I got a clip by the late, great Kevin Samuels that illustrates this point and what I'm talking about. So let me go ahead, let me share the screen, let me share the clip, and here we go.
This is the problem. Women today don't want to be used. Women today are so gosh darn selfish that this is why so many women get angry when you ask, what do you bring to the table? And their answer is, bring to the table. I'm not bringing anything to the table because I'm not going to allow you to use me. That's why that question infuriates women right off the rip. They don't want to be used. They want to use you. You are supposed to make their lives easier. And if you don't give them a life of upper middle class or lower upper class luxury, you don't matter. And this is the problem.
Let me stop sharing, because that was interesting and it was profound and something that I really want to talk about. Because Black women all over social media are like upset, and they are expressing that upsetness in a number of ways by making little jokes or trying to make little videos like they're unbothered or they don't care or this and that about passport bros, right? And the issue with passport bros that Black women are purposely overlooking is that they want to make it about race. They want to make passport bros about tricking. They want to make passport bros about sexual tourism. They want to make it about race. They want to make it about colorism. They want to make it about complexion. They want to make it about Black men just wanting a white woman or just wanting an exotic woman on his arm. And that is the be all end all. And that is the purpose of passport bros. It has nothing to do with anything else. And these are the things that a lot of Black women who are bothered by passport bros like to tell themselves so they can get good sleep at night. Okay. And not be bothered, because I don't know any person that takes time to make TikToks and shorts and this and that about a topic that doesn't impact them one way or another, or that they don't think about. The thing about it that they don't want to acknowledge about passport bros is that what the men are looking for is femininity. And that's been said ad nauseum, right? But the thing that feminine women understand that masculine Black women don't understand is that they are meant to be used by their man. They're meant to be used. That's the purpose of it. That's the purpose of the relationship, right? A feminine woman is not competing with her man. She is not trying to run the whole show. She is not trying to control the relationship. She doesn't think that he needs to bow down to her every whim and her everything and do what she says and kowtow to her. That's not what she thinks that it's about. The thing that a feminine woman understands, and unfortunately, Black women have completely 100% lost sight of this fact. This is what your grandmothers and your great-grandmothers understood. This is what some of the boomers and the silent and the greatest generation of women understood, is that she wants her husband to use her. She wants him to use her. She's there to make his life easier, just as he's there to make her life easier. And if she's not making his life easier, she knows that this creates an imbalance in the relationship, and that the relationship is eventually going to get into trouble, and it may eventually end because she is not holding up her end of that relationship, which is part of the bargain. You do things to make my life easier, and I, in turn, do things to make your life easier. And what does that look like from the woman to the man? Because we understand what it looks like from the man to the woman, because he produces 4 P's. He executes provision, he executes problem solving, he executes protection, and he executes procreation. And these things are tangible. These things are concrete. These things are quantifiable. You can measure them, right? You can see what he's doing. You can see if he's solving a problem. You can see his protection. You can feel his procreation. You can see and feel his provision and things of that nature. At the same time, what does it look like coming from a woman to a man? That's when usefulness comes in at, because when Black women think of a man using them, they automatically attach a negative to that, and they confuse it with being mistreated and abused. And that is not what feminine women understand. We understand something completely different. We know that being mistreated and abused and misused is a completely different animal. But we are there to be used, just like we are using his 4 P's. We're using that. That's useful to us. We would not be in a relationship with a man that was not providing those things because it's useful to us. Let's call a thing a thing. Okay? So we should be useful to him in at minimum 3 main areas. We need to be useful and used emotionally, mentally, and physically. So it's a giving of us to him, but in a way that he can use, whereby we become assets, not liabilities. Because hyenas give themselves to their men too, but they give themselves as liabilities, things that always subtract. They consume without ever giving back anything. Lionesses consume also, but we believe in reciprocation. We believe in being used and utilized and useful to our husbands. So when we talk about emotional use, we're talking about providing emotional support to him. And this is not just in the form of when he's feeling down or this or that. This is to be an unwavering encourager of him, his cheerleader, the person that's always got a good word to say to him and about him. We've always got a good outlook, a good positive outlook on our husbands, and we don't disparage him. We don't discourage him from his vision. We don't try to create obstacles in the way of his purpose. We understand that we are not his number 1 priority, and that we should not be. And in order to make sure that we are not, we support him spiritually, we support him health-wise. Family is 3. That would be where we fall. And we understand that. Our job is to give insight and perspective. When he asks for our input, we have a duty for that. And that is included in emotional support. To have meaningful discussions with him where issues are resolved rather than created. To provide mental stimulation to him. To look out for his mental health also. So nobody want no dummy. The mental stimulation is it's part of your responsibility to be the sounding board for him. He has ideas, he has thoughts, he has plans, he has things that he wants to do, and you are the soundboard. You need intelligence for this, and you need your femininity for this, because if he wanted masculine input, he would ask a man. He's wanting feminine input. This would be your insight. He's not asking you to problem solve. He's asking you for input, perspective. So when he gives you these ideas, and when he tells you these plans and the things that he's got going on, he's not asking you to arrange that for him. That's for him to do. What he is asking is for you to give him the feedback that he can utilize from a feminine standpoint so that he can formulate the rest of his plan and put it into practice in a way that benefits not only him, but those who are in his influence, that include you. So a good leader always asks for the balance. He's got the masculine part, the feminine part brings balance. Looking out for his mental health, making sure that you have and show concern for times where he seems overstressed or overworked. Take time to help alleviate stressful points in his life whenever you have the influence or the control over that. Okay? This is where making the home a soft landing and a good place and a positive place to comes in at, because the home is your jurisdiction. So he should always be able to come home to a calm, nice, orderly place where things are running as they should run, so that it alleviates extra stress off of his shoulders, where he can come in and simply find relaxation. And last but certainly not least, you want him to use you physically, sexually. Okay? This is what you want. Do not attempt ever to withhold intimacy, because many times he uses the sexual intimacy as a way to reinforce the connection with you and to bask in your feminine energy. It is not a tool. It is not a reward punishment or anything that a hyena say or think that sex is to be used for in a relationship. He's using you physically. He's using you sexually. He wants that connection. He wants the feminine energy. He wants you bearing children. This is what he wants. This is what he needs. Listen, I told y'all, keep telling y'all, Marvin Gaye told y'all from a masculine perspective that it is sexual healing. And many times that is the stress reliever. So many times that's the stress reliever. You see your man stressed out, he overworked, is getting to him a little bit, call him, beckon him into the room. And I'm going to need you to dust them knee pads off so you can do what you need to do. I'm telling you, it keep him happy. It keep him happy. When you pair that, when you give your body sexually to your husband in a way that he gets this enjoyment and feels this spiritual and emotional connection, and you also get that enjoyment from that, your enjoyment comes from the way he make you feel, and it comes from being used in this manner that he gets a joy from that. You understand? When you couple that with the mental support, with the emotional support, this is what keep it happy. This is what Black men have been begging for, and since Black women don't want to give it, they found it elsewhere. And y'all don't want to face and deal with that. Y'all want to stay masculine. You don't want to be you. I ain't let no man use me. He should. He should. You should be comfortable enough in that man's hands to be used and know that he would never mistreat you. And if you're not comfortable, you're with the wrong person, or you need some work. Okay? So before we sign off, I want to draw everybody's attention to the petition that we have going against Black Lives Matter. Highly, highly important, because this is part of, or step one of, a 6-point or 6-step initiative that we are implementing in order to support the Black community at large across the United States. So essentially what we're doing is we are planning to get at least 100,000 signatures. That is the goal for the petition. As you can see, we've completed step one, which was to get 10,000 signatures on the petition to support the initiative. Okay, we have the other 6 points that what I'll do is I'm going to create a video for everyone's reference so that you can always be able to go back. It'll be updated as necessary to be able to go back and have what we're doing in terms of this 6-step initiative, beginning with the petition that we have against Black Lives Matter organization. You'll have a full understanding from that video. Okay, so please be on the lookout for that upload. But until we get to that, please understand that the point of the of the initiative that we are implementing is essentially to address the gap that Black Lives Matter created when they failed to support the Black community as they promised to do. So we are attempting to really right that wrong. And we need help in order to do that in the support of the community. And you can provide that support to us in the form of going down into the description box and clicking the link for the petition, signing, sharing, and contributing to it. Also, get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey, guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.